Our producer, Bob Orsi. Asa Butterfield. And Hailee Steinfeld. And making his first appearance at Comic-Con, Harrison Ford.
Well, we made it to here, Bob.
Right here in the front.
Everyone's listening. Exactly.
All right.
Hey guys, thanks so much for coming to Comic-Con. You get to keep one of those on the table. Take your pick. My name is Mark Walters of BigFanboy.com, and it's an honor to have the first question for this. Harrison, I did want to ask you, there's the obvious question of this is kind of a big return to sci-fi for you, doing a movie out in space. It's been a long time since we've seen you do that. And it does sort of seem like this character could be maybe like an older, seasoned version of Han Solo, like a guy that's now been put in charge of a younger generation of the next, badasses in space. What was it about this particular role that made you say, okay, it's time for me to go back up in the stars?
Well, get back to your reference to the Han and Graf being alike. I would think nothing alike. Graf's a very complex character that is charged with an awesome responsibility, who recruits and trains young Ender Wiggin, and really in this construction of the story faces a lot of the moral issues that are involved in the using young people for warfare, and the complex moral issues really are part of the Graf's story. Ender doesn't really face so much the issues of morality until the end of the film, when he knows what's happened to him. But Graf is aware of his moral responsibilities all through his part of the story. I think the book deals with a lot of very complex issues of social responsibility and the moral issues that one faces when one is part of a military establishment. I was just delighted to be involved in a film with such high ambition and such talented people. I think Graf is a much more complex character than Han Solo, which doesn't mean that I regret Han Solo. Yeah. So, thank you.
Hi. Question for Asa and Hailee. These are characters I've admired since I've read the book. What did you love about them, and how cool is it to play these characters?
I read the book. I'm a huge fan of science fiction, so I had a great time reading it. And Ender's character, yes, the film is a science fiction epic, but to me there's a lot more to it than that in the novel. And Ender's character, one of the reasons it was so intriguing to me is because of the complexity of it. And me and Gavin talked a lot prior to shooting about where we wanted to take it, and we talked a lot about Ender's character and the constant internal struggle that he's facing throughout the film, and his development is apparent, and it was really intriguing for me, and we had a good time experimenting with it.
Something that I loved about the project as a whole was the fact that it had such a huge fan base. For me, sort of creating a backstory for Petra was also interesting because you're introduced to her a little further into the story. But one of the most exciting things is sort of experiencing the excitement that everybody around us has. It's been such a great experience, and we're so excited to share it with you guys.